nutshell and count myself a king of infinite space. Were it not that I have bad dreams.
Evening, everybody. Will here, back again for another series of videos about the past convention that I just came back from last weekend, March 9th through the 11th, and that was Monster Mania Con 21. Now, originally when we went to this convention, well, before it even began, we thought there was going to be more of like a Nightmare on Elm Street reunion type theme, which would have been really cool, but I think there's only a few people from Nightmare that were there this time. But what was even cooler is that it was more or less a mixed bag of people. People that I've watched all through the 80s and 90s. Couple people I never thought I would get to meet, and was really shocked to see them on the list. So I got a bunch of autographs from them, took a bunch of Nightmare on Elm Street memorabilia down for me to get signed, because Robert Englund was there, the man himself. Got all kinds of stuff signed by him. It was an overall just fantastic time. But you know, what made it even more special, more fantastic, was not just the mixed bag of actors, but the fact that I got to finally, for the first time, meet a lot of my good friends out there. They're YouTubers. My man Tim, 410 Goodfella. Also, Mark, 13 the Bear. Love the story of where you got that screen in, by the way. And also, Chris and Teresa, Casey Jones. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for showing me a fantastic time throughout this whole convention. It was great talking with all of you. You're all extremely knowledgeable. If I ever have any questions about horror films of any kind, I'll definitely come to you guys first, because you know your stuff. When we first all met up, it was about 1:30 or so on Friday. We all met up in Embers to have a kind of like a YouTube luncheon. And matter of fact, let me show you some of those pictures right now. And there you have it, my man and woman. But just fantastic people. You know, I hope for future conventions that we could have a whole lot more people join us for luncheons and dinners and things like that. Speaking of dinner, later that evening we actually all went in the lobby there. We all ordered pizza and had a bunch of laughs. Great time. I think you'd really enjoy it. Like I said, I got a bunch of footage I want to show you, a bunch of pictures. This was definitely a memorable convention for me, and look forward to a lot more to come, especially with all you great YouTubers out there and my good buddies. So, hey, without further ado, let's take a look at what I got here, and stay tuned for future videos as well. Welcome to prime time, bitch! Okay, first up here is something I'm sure you already saw from the beginning of this video, but this is my nightmare glove that I had ordered from nightmaregloves.com. The guy that actually made this for me, his name is Anders Eriksson, in charge of Nightmare Gloves. Out of all the gloves that I had to select, I selected this one. It's one of my favorites, actually, from the Freddy vs. Jason movie. Movie wasn't all that fantastic, but the glove, out of sight. It has a little bit more curvature to the blades, a little bit more evil looking, not as straight as like in maybe the first and second film of Nightmare on Elm Street, but really nice and weathered. I probably bought this glove probably about 2006, I want to say. So I've had it for a little while, and I had always dreamed about having Robert Englund sign this bad boy, and that he did, right there. So I was very happy to get this finally signed. Next thing I'm gonna try and do is maybe get one of those model hands or something. Mannequin hands or whatever they're called, so I could display this in a case or something, but very happy I finally got that signed. Alright, next up here, if those of you that have watched my other videos from the Camp Crystal Lake Monster Mania 18 show, you'll know that I did pick this up at that show. This was a gentleman that was doing oil paintings of classic horror figures, and I could not pass this up, and I said that if I ever meet Robert Englund, I'm definitely going to get this bad boy signed, and there it is. Sleep Kills, Robert Englund. He was a really cool dude. Like, I must have waited like out there. Well, first of all, the line started outside, so, and it was cold, so I had to wait outside for about 3 hours. And then once I finally got inside the building to where Robert was sitting and signing in Sarcasms, I think it was called, I had to once again sit down for another snake of people for probably about another hour and a half or so. For 4.5 hours for Robert Englund, not too bad. Well worth it. I told Robert when I finally got up there that he's been giving me nightmares since I was a child, and I thank you for that. Alright, here we go. Last but not least on the Nightmare on Elm Street Robert Englund signing. And once again, those of you who have seen my last videos know that this is my Nightmare on Elm Street light box. And I said I definitely was going to get this signed if I ever met Robert. And here he is. And he wrote on there, "Welcome to prime time, bitch." Robert Englund. So awesome. When Robert saw this, he said he'd never seen this before. And I thought that was incredible because I thought everybody had, I don't know, maybe one of these or somewhere tucked away, but apparently no one has ever had Robert sign one of these. And in the video that I show of him signing, he'll actually even say that in the video. I thought that was really cool. He says definitely for me to hold on to this piece because this is a pretty rare piece, he said. So hey, Robert Englund, I'll take his word for it. He said that this picture right here, I can't remember exactly what he said. It's in the video, but he was saying something like that's a picture from the, I don't know, one of the first shoots, I guess, that they had from the first movie, because something like the flat brim hat he was mentioning. I can't completely remember, but you'll see in the video what he was saying. But apparently he was shocked to see that this picture was in the background. So, way cool. Welcome to prime time, bitch. Yeah. Well, since we're on the subject of Nightmare on Elm Street, I did take this item down. I've had this item for a while, probably about 4 years or so. This is the 3D poster that McFarlane Toys made. I thought this would be a pretty awesome thing to get signed by Robert Englund. But at the time I had kind of other things in mind to get signed anyway, and since it was 30 bucks an autograph, I was already in the whole 90 bucks. So I didn't really want Tuesday night on this because she didn't have anything to do with the first movie. But what I'd like to do is, if I go to a convention and meet Heather Langenkamp, I'd like for her to sign this, and if I see Robert Englund again, and if his line isn't 4.5, 5 hours long, maybe get his autograph on this as well as any others from the first movie, if possible, if I maybe even see Joe Whipp again, but who knows. But yeah, this went down to the convention with me, but did not get signed. Maybe next time. Okay, moving away from Nightmare on Elm Street for a minute, this was another item that I took down that I had to get signed. Halloween. This is actually a chalk drawing that my sister had got me once for my birthday. I want to say probably sometime back in 2004 or so, but what I had always wanted to do was get this item signed along the mat, because it's all matted. Get signed along the mat, all the Michael Myers, all the people that played Michael Myers through the entire series. And this is going to be a really cool piece when it's finished. I want to get it framed. But the first Michael Myers to make it on this chalk drawing is Don Shanks, who played Michael Myers in Part 5, I believe. He's a really cool guy. The guy is still built like a tank. I didn't expect him to be that big. But he was a really cool guy. I actually walked away from him, but forgot to pay him. But I went back and paid him his 20 bucks, and he appreciated the honesty, so. Alright, I just wanted to show you guys real quick. This is the booklet that was at Monster Mania 21. This one here is actually collected by Mark, 13 the Bear, and gave it to all of us. Alright, but yeah, here is the booklet. Here is everyone that was at the convention. And here is all the films that were shown over the course of the weekend. Q&A sessions. How could we forget Ozamba? Next Monster Mania. Oh yeah.